constant dialectic between those two, between the practice and imagination of the states, that creates and legitimizes new spaces for the interventions. And data-driven technologies become one of those spaces for the interventions. On the one hand, state ideology almost like colonize this sphere, and trying to understand how those technologies should fit into the existing ideological narrative. But on the other hand, those technologies also change how the state should think and look like. And here we have two bigger narratives going on. The first narrative was about modernization, and so it was quite clear in the brochures and the strategies and in the official documents that it is a modernization. And this, like the system was even explained, it was said that it is the first and practical, like implementing of the system, first and practical step towards modernity. A constant flow of data would help to make better decisions. They are using this metaphor of finely or precisely tuned state that will use data, that will use this constant flow of information for better planning and better executing. The state would be more legible. The data will show some true about the state that was never been seen before. The decision will be, as I said, will be more precise, better, but also more rational and based on mathematics and not, and this is a quote, not on feelings, intuitions, and estimations. So they want to have this kind of very hyper-rational state being developed. This has also various different implications. For example, in terms of transparency, they were saying that, well, decisions should be made on data, so there should be not arbitrary. Very interesting. It's kind of semi-authoritarian regime that we are still having here. The second aspect was also that local units in the centrally planned economy, like factories or state-owned factories, would have through those feedback loops and direct access to shape the central plans through the stream of data and through showing how they are basically operating on the daily basis, something that's never happened before. The other aspect of this modernization agenda is related to unification. We have a map of Poland that is connected through those different networks of data centers and computer centers. And the idea was to create a unity in the place of many different territorial units in the terms of information. The unification was also not only territorial, it was also related to getting closer agenda of different agencies within the government. So there is a organizational unification as well to make the whole in the place of many. That was a slogan also being present here. Here we have also a few quotes from, for example, for the second party Congress about modernization that was a requirement for the modernization and development of the state. Interestingly, also, they show explicitly that those computers and the presence of the computers and information systems will fuel this kind of intellectual potential and an intellectual power of the state.